Good afternoon, everyone. What's happening? My name is Samuel with Brahman Home Inspections. I'm a manager. I'm a Virginia licensed home inspector, and also I'm a residential measurement provider, certified through the NRPP. That's the National Radon Proficiency Program. It's one of the larger of the two uh, programs in the United States. It was started by the EPA, is ministered by the ARS. It's a body of scientists with the interest of safeguarding people against the threat of radon. So radon, the insider's threat. I'm going to try to keep this very, very short and bring some awareness to something that may save someone's life. Okay, the outline today is what is radon? Why should I care about radon? What can I do to mitigate the threat? And questions and answers. Okay, this is the textbook definition of radon right here. Radon is a colorless, odorless, and tasteless gas produced by the decay of uranium and radium. Okay, here's the uranium decay chain depicted. It starts off as uranium that's in the ground. Uranium has uh, an atomic number of 238. An atomic number is basically what you're looking at is the number of atoms or protons in the nucleus. And the 4.47 billion years, that's the half-life of it. So if we have a pound of uh, uranium sitting on the table, in about 5 billion years we'll have half a pound. It's just the rate at which it decays, and it's decaying so it can essentially get to a state of stability, which is lead that you see in the house where it plates out to. So from uranium it goes to radium. Then from radium it's going to further decay into radon. Now when it decays and disintegrates into radon, at this point in time is when it turns into a gaseous stage, and it's known as a noble gas. It's on the periodic table. It's something you probably learned about when you was in middle school, high school-ish. Probably didn't learn about it in college, depending on what your major was. But at this point in time is when it turns into a gas, when it can percolate, when it can come up through your crawl spaces, when it can come up through your basements, and then get into your air in your living space, and it can become an indoor air quality issue at that point in time. Then it'll further degrade into polonium 218, which is depicted here on this slide, 214. So when you're breathing it in the air, it's decaying, it's disintegrating, it's getting into the living tissue of your lungs, and that's what causes cancer. And this next slide here in this presentation depicts uh, the amount of people that die each year from radon. It's a tremendous amount of people. 21,000 people a year die from radon-induced lung cancer. Radon is the number one leading cause of lung cancer in people who do not smoke cigarettes. And if you do smoke cigarettes, guess what? It heightens the probability that you're going to contract radon. More people die from radon than die from drunk driving. In fact, more people die from radon than people that die from. In fact, more people die from radon-induced lung cancer than HIV. HIV AIDS kills approximately 15,000 people a year. I researched from open sources such as Google, and 15,000 was at the higher end of the estimates. So radon was a bigger threat than the AIDS epidemic ever was, and it's still ongoing threat and an indoor air quality issue in many places in the United States. Um, However, it's not really talked about. Another reason why I should care, your family. The average American family spends a majority of its time in home. Uh, Especially nowadays with what's going on locally, nationally, and internationally with COVID. More people are spending more time in the house. In fact, my wife's job uh, had everyone go home to telecommute, and my wife's working in the basement where our home office is located in the basement of our home. So with radon, the greatest risk doesn't actually come with the level of radon that's in your home, but the length of time that you're exposed to that radon in the home. Okay, what can I do to mitigate that threat? Then you ask. Good question. Test your home to assess the level of radon that's in your home. Uh, if it does in fact exceed 4 picocuries per liter, that's the level where the EPA recommends that you mitigate, because at that level you become significantly at higher risk to contract lung cancer by way of radon exposure to this toxic gas. You can get you can consult a certified radon contractor, and later on I'm going to show you a link where you can go and you can find one in your area that's certified through the NRPP, who's went through the process, who has the certification and actually knows what they're doing and has a lot of oversight. Then you want to retest after the mitigation system has been placed in your home, so that you you know that the mitigation did reduce those levels of a toxic gas in your home. Okay, this is what I'm talking about here. You can go to the website listed here above, and that's the NRPP's website for the ARTS, the body of scientists that I talked to. And you can go there and you can go on their portal and you can find radon contractors down to your zip code. And you can get in contact with them. They won't harass you. They're not going to call you all day. You can look for them. You can compare. You can find the expert that will come to your home, who's less likely to make a mistake in the collection. I mean, if you really want to, you can get a test at Home Depot or Lowe's, and you can self-administer a test. However, when you're going through this system and through the NRPP and their website, you're going to get a certified professional who has a lot of training, a pro in the collection of it, and it's not that much more than what you would get at Home Depot. We're talking about maybe $50 more than what you'd spend at Home Depot, except this professional is going to send it to an approved certified lab. He's going to get the results back. He's going to be trained to read those results and get it back to you, and is going to be able to guide you through the process of the mitigation. Okay. Another helpful resource is the handbook here by the World Health Organization, a handbook on indoor radon, the Home Buyers and Sellers Guide for to radon from the EPA, and it's the official reading on the subject matter, as you can see, a Citizen's Guide, and the Consumer's Guide to Radon Reduction. If you have any other further questions on this subject matter, don't hesitate to reach out to a pro, um, such as Brahmin Home Inspections. And if you have any questions, uh, please feel free to contact us. Our contact is here on this slide. It's Brahmin Home Inspections. You can reach us at this number. You can reach us at the website below. It has our email address as well. We can send you this presentation. We can send you a lot more material that we have on Radon, insider threat. I know here in Fairfax is really serious. There's a lot of times I'm out and about in Fairfax and I'm talking to people and I hear them say that someone that they know, friend or family, has contracted lung cancer, but they don't smoke and they don't know why. I'm willing to bet, if I was a betting man, the bank, that is due to radon. So it's an insider threat. More people are spending more time in their homes. Um, it's something you can do yourself. So you can go to Home Depot and do it yourself, or you can elect to and contract a pro to come in and do it for tens of dollars. Just keep your home safe. Keep the indoor air quality in your home safe, especially if you're living around this area in Fairfax, the Northern Virginia area. It's something that's recommended by the Surgeon General and also the EPA for every home transaction that happens anywhere. And if you have any more questions, like I said, one more time, Samuel with Brahma, give me a call. I'll give you an answer. Until next time, stay safe.